In the name of Allah, the most beneficent, the most merciful.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear brothers and sisters, on behalf of WhyIslam Dawah, we're on a Dawah Road Trip, as you know, and this is day 2. We're in
Pittsburg, PA.
Pittsburg, Pennsylvania. So keep us in your diet. We're going out. We're going to give people some Quran. We're going to engage with people, talk to them, inshallah. Looks like it's going to storm, but we'll keep you guys posted. Assalamu alaikum.
Now you as a human being, your eyes can only see so far. Your hand can only carry so much. You can only do so much. Okay? You can only live a certain amount of years. Alright, you have limits. Now, if God wants to put the limits on himself, then he's not limitless anymore. Now, if he has limits, then how can he go back into being a?
How can he turn back into a God if he is limited to becoming a human? I do all the no's in the Bible. Why would God enter me into his kingdom of heaven?
Oh, that's a big no-no.
God would say, you believe in my sacrifice, so you're cleansed. That's not it.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. The WhyIslam team is here in Pittsburg, Pennsylvania. We were giving da'wah in one of the local town squares, and now we're at a mall giving da'wah, handing out pamphlets, informing people about Islam. Inshallah, later we're going to a Masjid Attawheed to give a short da'wah workshop, and following that we will be hitting the road towards Columbus, Ohio for another da'wah workshop. Inshallah, every day a da'wah workshop and some street da'wah. Stay tuned for more.
On the linguistic meaning of Muslim, it comes from Mu Islam, and the word Mu in the beginning is an adjective, right? So Mu Islam, one who implements Islam. So in order for us to understand what a Muslim is, we have to understand what Islam is. And Islam is submission to Allah, pure submission. Our brothers and sisters in humanity are in a state of shirk. And you know what? The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said in the authentic hadith, muttafaqun alayh, he said the following hadith. It's very powerful and it's striking. The Prophet ﷺ said, لا يؤمن أحدكم حتى يحب لأخيه ما يحب لنفسه. The Prophet ﷺ said that none of you truly believe until you love for your brother and sister what you love for your own self. Because to humanize with a person, you want to love for them what you have. So what you have is Islam. You have the greatest gift that will allow you, inshallah, to attain eternal bliss, meaning paradise. It'll get you into Jannah, it'll get you paradise. And we know in paradise, you have everything you want. So if you have a friend who's Christian, a friend who doesn't believe in God, whatever it is, a friend who's a Hindu, who's a Sikh, whatever, you name it, who's not Muslim, non-Muslim, you want to love them. And the way that you can love them, the way that you can humanize with them, is to want to invite them to Islam, because it's the most human thing you can do.
Brothers and sisters, day 2, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Check. Alhamdulillah. So we had a day here at Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. It was, as you know earlier, we were out on the field and it was an interesting day. So we were giving dawah to the local community here, and as you know, we were giving out informational brochures on different topics relating to Islam. And it started to storm. It started to rain. Of course, Allah is the best of planners, so alhamdulillah for that. But the dawah did continue either way. And a few of the brothers had a really engaging conversation with a Christian preacher. And it was a very respectful discussion. I also spoke to an elderly man, perhaps in his 70s, or even more than that, mid-70s, wallahu alam. But he was old in age, and you'd be surprised to know that he has never met a Muslim. Can you believe that? A 70-plus-year-old Caucasian man here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania has never, ever interacted or met a Muslim. And one of the brothers who was wearing a white thobe that was with us, I asked this older gentleman, what comes to mind when you see this guy, this guy right here with a beard and a white thobe? What's the first thing that comes to mind? And he literally said, ISIS, terrorism. So, brothers and sisters, this just goes to show us that, it's part of our obligation to dispel these misconceptions. And we must understand the reality of what's happening to the Islamic faith, to our faith. And that is that the image of Islam has been hijacked, right? And then it's now on us. It's our obligation, essentially, to rectify this situation and to portray Islam for what it really is, to bring out the value and the beauty of Islam and what it teaches, its beautiful teachings, because there are much in the Islamic faith that is beautiful and worth sharing with the people. So we must realize, that da'wah in general is only going to propagate by implementation. So propagation will only happen with the implementation of the message, inshallah. And with that said, we must realize also that we must remain consistent in this work. So keep us in your dua, and we must recall the message, the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, where he said that the best actions, khairul a'mal adwamuha, that the best actions are the consistent ones. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keep us all consistent until tomorrow, inshallah. We're going to Ohio. Stay tuned.